lungs. Dancing by the lakeside, gonna do what we want. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance.
Guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another little food related, hopefully help you save money kind of vlog. I'm gonna put it in that category. If you are new to the channel, I have been on YouTube for a very long time, like 10 years or so. So if you're looking at the channel and you're thinking, oh, there's not many videos on here, what's going on? I've restarted my channel because I wanted to do new and updated things that would help people and not so much of the mishmash of what I actually had before. So please subscribe, it will help the channel immensely, and definitely check out the rest of the channel if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this. Primarily what I'm doing here on the channel now is talking about I'll say self-discovery. Discovering my rich life is what my tagline is now, and it's about more than money. That's what it is. So a lot of things fall into categories to do with money, obviously, but a lot of it's also got to do with time as well, which I obviously want more of that to do the things that I really want to do in life and, you know, fulfills me as a person, basically. So you wouldn't think so, but lunchbox meal planning is one of those things. So we're going to talk about it today because I find it a very useful tool that does help me save money. It does help me save money because I know exactly what I need and what I'm buying, and I can budget and all of that with my groceries. But it helps me save time because I'm not sitting there thinking, oh no, what am I going to do with the kids' lunchboxes, or mine for work, or my husband's for work, you know, things like that. I can just write up something, have an idea, everything's set in place. I should have all the ingredients and the foods and things that I need for it because I've planned it out, then I've done the grocery shopping and it's all done. Do you know what I mean? So then I have spent much less time worrying about it every day when I'm sort of going to do the lunchboxes and stuff. And I will tell you that I've gone through at least the last 2 months of school not having this and knowing every day, oh my gosh, I need to do my lunchbox meal plan again, because it just caused so much chaos for me. I was overspending because I wasn't prepared. I was spending way too much time on the lunchboxes at night or in the school morning when we're running late for school. It was just bad all round, do you know what I mean? And I know how much this helps, so I just wanted to do this again for myself, and then I thought I would share it with you guys so then maybe it can help you. I do use a meal planning sheet of mine, which is available on the This Mum at Home website. If you're a VIP, you get it for free, don't forget that. But this is it here. I'm going to show you guys that. Actually, I'll show you it now. This is what my printable looks like. You can just draw up your own on a piece of paper, but if you do want this one and you're a VIP member, you get it for free on the This Mum at Home website in the shop. I can't remember if this is separate or whether this is part of one of the meal planning packs, but just have a look for it. It's just what I use purely to plan and just have something set in stone, but you can just write on a piece of paper if that's what you want to do as well. So anyway, all right, so how I've set it up is I have done Monday to Sunday because it's for anyone to use. Like if you're working or you just want to set something up for yourself, perhaps. I do have one that's similar to this. It's like a what is it? I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's pretty much the same. But it's like for like if it was just for me, I'd be organizing my meals and stuff like that. But it is set up Monday to Sunday, obviously, for anyone. So if you're working and you're working on weekends and stuff, you can use this and help you sort of set that up. So we've got Monday to Sunday, and then down here we've just got a few different sections. With the sections, I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. I've purely just done something I thought was pretty balanced. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of just what I work with. I use it as a guide pretty much when I'm planning. So you don't have to absolutely plan every single day, every little tiny little thing. And I'll show you that when I actually write mine up. A lot of the time, like in maybe the dairy section, for us it's just yogurt and cheese. So I'll just do yogurt and cheese across the whole lot. Do you know what I mean? So you can just play with it however you want. It's not strictly one way or the other. You can just do it the best way it works for you and whatever's, you know, simple. And then once obviously you filled something out like this, then you can refer to this every week at the start of the week before you're doing things, and then you can refer to it obviously when you're doing grocery shopping as well and seeing what you're out of, and just work with that. So I like to do this up and just have it for, well, at least a term or two. I usually then change it up a bit. Do you know what I mean? After that. So I just keep using it until I get sick of it. And then I think, oh, I'm going to do a bit of a change. And that's what we do. So I'm doing a fresh new one. And this is what I'm using. That sheet there is like gold to me. It helps me so much. It really does. Like I said, you can just write something out similar on a piece of paper and plan it out. Whatever you do, do it. Don't not do it, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to show you guys just where my head's at and how I'm going to plan my lunchbox, sort of set up for the kids for school. That's really what that one's for. And then I'm going to do one for Johnny and I think to do with our work, because we eat a little bit differently to the kids, similar but a little bit differently when it comes to like the main meal thing. Like we don't always have sandwiches, but the kids love sandwiches and that's what they want. So I try to mix it up, but they always want that. So I am trying to do a couple of things different today, so you'll see that. But yeah, I am going to do another video also on me just packing the kids' lunchboxes again. I haven't done one for years, and it's very, very different for me now because I have a primary school child and a high school child. And when they hit high school, things are very different, I've discovered. So it's not quite as nice as when they're in primary school and they sit down and have their lunch break at their desks and eat properly. It's not like that. Like high school's a whole different ball game. So I will talk to you about that in another video, which I'll have very soon here on the channel. And then I'll also show you how I'm packing, obviously, the lunch boxes now too, because like I said, very two different things. What used to happen in primary school was Joseph and Isabella, I had like bento style lunch boxes for them. They were great. You can have very balanced things. They'd eat it all pretty much. It was just very good. But it's not like that now. Joseph's in high school. So I'll talk to you about that in another video for sure. And I'll show you the current lunchbox I'm using for Isabella. Like the insert that I'm putting into her insulated lunchbox, because it's a little bit different now, and I'll explain why in another video. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get to planning here and show you what I'm doing, just to give you a little bit of an idea what you can do obviously with yours as well. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not doing anything groundbreaking or anything or fancy or Pinterest worthy or anything with my lunch boxes. I'm literally just trying to have a plan put together, have things they like, but also keep balance if I can. Have some sort of healthy balance in there. So I don't know, let's get started. All right, so I, just for the purpose of today, I'm gonna cross out Saturday and Sunday, because obviously the kids don't go to school on Saturday and Sunday, so I don't have to worry about it. So typically my kids like sandwiches, obviously, in their lunch boxes. They can't really heat things up at school, and I don't want to send stuff in thermal things, and it's a whole temperature control thing. So they stick to sort of sandwiches, maybe like a wrap type of thing, like my tortilla wraps, not with much in it to be honest, but just like meats and cheeses and stuff like that. What else do they like? Rice cakes they actually like as well. But for argument's sake for this, for my planning, I am trying to think of, I'm actually going to split this actually over a fortnight, because what I want to do is make sure I give them a lunch order once a fortnight. It used to be once a week when the canteen was half the price. Now someone else has taken over the canteen at our school. It's literally costing me, instead of, it used to cost me like $10 to $11, now it's costing me $20 every time the kids order, and they're getting the exact same things as what they were getting before someone else took over the canteen. So, and that was last year. So last year, I mean, they've got more variety now, but last year they, yeah, I don't know, the school's done something where a business or something has taken it over, and I ordered the exact same thing as they had last year. Instead of costing me $10 to $11, it's now costing me $20. Like, it's insane. So I am only letting them have it once a week, because I'm not paying $20 a week for lunch orders. It's just too much. So I'm just splitting this up. So we've got week 1, week 2 there. That's how I'll set it up. So the other thing I want to try to do is alternate between sandwiches and maybe something else. So I'm thinking what I'll do is maybe do like sandwich. I'll do W for like wrap or rice cakes, something like that. Sandwich, rice cake. And then the next week, sandwich, rice cake, sandwich, rice cake, sandwich. There we go. So it's a little bit different. It's just so they're not having sandwiches every day. Now, important thing to note is with my sandwiches, you can do all sandwiches, obviously, if that's what you do and that's what your kids like. I like to do freezer sandwiches, and I will have a video coming up very soon on the channel of me doing that, because I'm doing them not only for the kids, but Johnny and I'm preparing the whole freezer for different stuff for lunches. So keep an eye on the channel for that. So I'll definitely be doing that. It just makes life a bit easier. So when it comes to sandwiches for me, my kids like, so I'm just going to put this up here. Well, Isabella doesn't like meat, so she'll have cheese or jam. Joseph will have, well, he can have peanut butter in high school. That seems to be okay, apparently. So peanut butter, salami, or ham type situation. That's pretty much what it'll be. And then in their wrap, which is like a tortilla wrap, they love those. So we just treat them like wraps. So we could put salad in them and stuff like that. Isabella likes, so there'll be a variety of things like, so for meats, obviously Isabella doesn't have meat, but she'll do ham. Oh, Joseph will do ham, salami, cheese, lettuce, carrot. That's pretty much it, probably. But yeah, Joseph will generally just have like cheese and salami or cheese and ham. That's what he likes. Isabella is a bit more adventurous, so we'll have carrot and lettuce in it. Joseph doesn't like lettuce, so we'll do that. So that will be just the basis for the week. I understand what this means. Obviously, you want to just write it how you understand it. The next section, so that's the main lunch item. So if you had other things, the other thing I'd like to probably do too is maybe make up some of my Vegemite scrolls, that type of thing. So I might just put that up here. Vegemite scrolls, or maybe like cheese ones, like pizza, cheese pizza ones. That type of thing I'll probably make as well. They love my homemade pizzas that I do, but they don't like them cold. They only like them hot, so I can't send them in the lunchbox, unfortunately. But yeah, otherwise, that's it for the main item. Second section is fruit and veg. So my kids at school, even in the high school, which is so fantastic, they still do this, but in class at about 10 o'clock, they have what they call a fruit break, and they're allowed to have any type of fruit and veggies, not fruit gems, like that type of thing. It has to be actual proper fruit. So no substitutes is what I'm trying to say. So for that, I'm going to do it across the board for the whole week, and we'll look at having apples, because the kids love apples. They love tomatoes, carrot sticks. Oh my God, can't spell, guys, by the way. What else have I got? Grapes is good. Bananas I'm not going to write down because Isabella likes bananas. Joseph for some reason is not eating them, so that's kind of a pain. And then they go brown in the lunchbox, so I'm not going to do that. Grapes, cucumber. Oh, and sultanas. So sultanas, I will say they're actually the yogurt ones. We do cheat a little bit there. So just as an example, I will either do like apples with maybe tomatoes and grapes in there, or strawberries. Berries is the other one. Berries. I'll write berries down. I'll either do that maybe one day, and then the next day I'll do like a veggie mix up of tomato, carrot sticks and cucumbers. You know, they like that sort of mix. So I don't mix the veggies and the fruit together. I just have one or the other generally. So I like to alternate. It just depends what's available on the day when I'm actually doing them, or the night before when I'm actually making lunchbox. Dairy. So dairy, yogurt is mainly for Isabella. Joseph, again, it's got to do with him being in high school and how he can eat, and he's just not with the yogurt. He doesn't want the yogurt pouches. He just thinks they're baby sort of stuff. They're not. He'll eat them at home completely fine, but he just doesn't want to do it at school. So I have yogurt, and then that, which Isabella will have. He'd probably do a custard. Maybe I could do a custard. Even that's got sugar in it. Yogurt, custard. Oh, and my cheese and biscuit packs that I make up. Joseph will have cabana in that as well. So I like to make that up. So that's just like cut up cheese with little bickies and things. They're really good. I do have less snacks. Obviously that's a bit more processed, but I have them as a backup. But this kind of stuff I can do ahead of time for school. Okay, grains. Well, it's hard to do grains as such for the kids, but there are a few things that we can sort of do. One of which is we can do muesli bars. Or the Weet-Bix bites. Just dry, obviously not with milk. And popcorn. What else? Oh, and rice wheels. So we like the rice wheels at the moment. I loved the healthiest ones, but they got a lot of salt on them. There's nothing wrong with those, but Joseph won't eat them. He's just gone off them completely. So with the rice wheels, I'm doing like a plain salt one, those mini rice wheels, or the vinegar ones. I like those. Okay, and then the snack item is a treat, pretty much. So things I want to have for that will be things like, I don't particularly want to send chips to school. I'll do corn chips maybe. Shapes. I just don't want to do packets of chips because they're costly. So it's kind of for their treat. They can have one of those at home or something, but I don't want to include it in school because then they'll probably come home and have it as well. So I just want to do one or the other basically. Corn chips, shapes, or little cupcakes, or a cake, obviously, slice of cake. What else am I doing? Oh, your little fruit gems. Or they're called like itty bitties as well. You know, those little things, that's what they are, little fruit snack things. Oh, what else do I do? Or maybe like a sweet biscuit. So today they've got jam drops in their lunchbox, for example. Slices, that's another thing I can make up ahead of time. I think that's pretty much it for that. Oh, the other thing, what are they called, those fruit bars? As well, you know, like the K-Time twists, those types of things, we can do those as well. Now, drink is just this. It's all it is. It's just water. They're not generally allowed to have other things in their drink bottles at school. Like I know some kids probably hide it, but you have to have water. There is no like cordials and Prime, you know, that type of thing being taken to school. It's just water. So when they have a lunch order, my kids actually get a chocolate milk and a strawberry milk. Like Isabella has strawberry, Joseph has chocolate, but that's the end of it. Otherwise it's just water at school, which is good. So that gives me a bit of an idea on what I'm doing there. Like I said, I just put it bluntly over it now because I used to plan every single day, but once I started working it got a little bit difficult, and trying to do it was just like, yeah, it just seemed a bit easier to have a generalization. But I do like to plan out the main sort of things, whether it's a sandwich or something else, just so I'm fully prepared the night before. Now that I've filled that out, obviously I'm going to look at this for when I do my grocery shopping. The reason I wanted to do this today is because I'm actually working on, I normally shop fortnightly. I'm now working on doing a big shop for 4 weeks, pretty much like a month. So I'm going to be doing a 4-week grocery challenge. So if you want to see that, please subscribe and keep an eye on the channel. That will be coming up, I would say maybe in the next couple of weeks, because my shop will be due to do next week. And I'm doing it for the whole month instead of, and I'll be doing top-up shops. So I'll explain more how that works. If you're new to the channel, you don't understand how I actually shop and do top-up shops and things like that, I'll explain all that in the next video. But for anyone that does watch me, you know kind of what I'm going at. So it'll be just one shop in the month rather than 2 shops in a month. I have steered away from doing that. I used to do it all the time, and then I switched to fortnightly because it just worked out financially a little bit better with the top-up shops, but also because I didn't want to miss sales and things like that. But the way it's going to work this time, obviously, because I'm doing that one shop, I need to look at that and figure out all the snacky sort of stuff that is not perishable, so not fruits and veg. I need to have enough for the month. So I'm going to make sure I look at that plan really well when I'm doing my groceries, so I don't forget anything and then I don't have to spend extra money where I don't need to. So I'll be doing that, and then with the top-up shops, that's what I'll be referring to this every week for when I'm getting extra fresh fruit and veggies every week. So it's going to be vital in that plan because the fact that I'm shopping monthly, I need to really knuckle down and have things exact so I don't overspend. Otherwise I will overspend. I'll forget things. I'll end up going back to the shops. I'll go back to the shops for one thing and I'll come out with 20 because I'll be in there and I'll see them. So the key to saving money on your groceries is having a proper plan put together, a proper meal plan, a budget, everything, and this just forms part of it for me. So that's what I'll be doing. Now the other thing to keep track of, because I know a lot of people will go, well, if I shop monthly or shop fortnightly even, you know, you'll say I'm due this plan up, but then the kids eat everything and we don't have it for the time. I do a couple of little things here as a bit of a trick. So one is I always have sandwiches made, always in the freezer. I do freezer sandwiches. I always have them made up so they're ready to go. They are fresh, they are not stale and things like that. People always say, why don't you make your kids fresh sandwiches? It is fresher me grabbing that sandwich. So I buy the bread and on the day I do up my freezer sandwiches, so it's fresh bread. I freeze them. When it defrosts, they're great. Like, they really are great. You want to make sure you got the right bread for it, but I've just found a bread that works for me and that's what I like. If I was to not do that, then I'm going to have sandwiches. I'm going to have fresh sandwiches on the first day, and then the second day and the third day, they're not going to be fresh. So they're getting not great sandwiches. It's much better doing it the way I'm doing it. So I have freezer sandwiches so I don't end up having to go back for more bread and stuff. I just have everything set and I know what I've got. The other thing is I'll have like cakes, maybe slices, cookies, things like that. I'll have them all prepped and done and in the freezer as well, so I can just pull that stuff out. Yogurts is something I want to talk to you guys about, because if you've been watching recently, Rhiannon reminded me about freezing yogurts, so I froze the yogurts. It was the Aldi ones, and I thought, oh, this will be good, you know. And I know the yogurt's a little bit different to like buying like a Yoplait, for example, but I froze it and it was not defrosting good. It came out all curdled. I'd mixed it up. It was so terrible. I was having it and I was shocked. When I actually squeezed the pouch and had a look, I could understand why Isabella wasn't eating. It was absolutely awful and did not taste right. So we've gone away with freezing yogurt. So the thing that will help me there, so Isabella doesn't eat all the yogurts before school is actually finished for the week or the fortnight, whatever it is I actually have a separate section in my fridge for stuff where no one's allowed to go into. It's just there and set aside for school lunches. I do the same thing in the pantry. Now this is a vital move. You can either do it in your pantry or have somewhere else in another room, whether you've got a stockpile or something like that, and have this stuff. You want to plan out for the whole month how many snacks you need each day for each child, and just have it all there, have it prepared, and put it in a box somewhere else that no one can see, that the kids can't see it, that no one's allowed to go into. Then you will never run out. You will always have your kids' lunch boxes done. You don't have to worry about not having money for lunch stuff if you've ran out of money that week or whatever, and you've also ran out of snacks because they've eaten them all. You've got it all. So that is a really important part of my lunchbox meal planning. I make sure I have that other box set aside. No one's allowed into it, not even Johnny. No one can go into it. It's purely there for me to grab stuff out for the lunch boxes, and then I never run short. I never have to run back to the supermarket, spend extra, or risk going into the supermarket and seeing 20 other things and buying that as well, because that's what happens. The less trips you can do to the supermarket, the more money you save, because you don't go back and buy extra stuff on top of that one thing that you actually think you need. So that's kind of how I work things. So I hope this helps someone out there with your lunchbox meal planning, whether you've got kids starting or you're already well into school years and you just think, how can I save with today's financial crisis that's going on? You can do something like this and it will help you save money, but it will also help you save time. If you've planned it all out, you just know what to do. It's a quick grab and go. Even the freezer sandwiches, which I said I'll do another video on that, you're grabbing that out, it's in the lunchbox, it's done. It's done. It's so quick and easy to do the lunchboxes. I've got 2 kids, but if you've got 10, it'll be so much easier. Even when I'm doing it for Johnny and I, honestly, so that's 4 of us now, it is so much quicker and easier to do because I've actually got a plan now. So yeah, I hope this does help someone. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye.